With only 2 weeks until Election Day, both Democratic and Republican parties are doing their best to encourage voters on both sides to make informed decisions on the upcoming ballot. I spoke with state and local party officials about the issues being focused on as Election Day approaches.
To be honest, it's good. The polling says it's going to be a close election, and we all know that the only poll that really matters is November 5th.
Republican Party of Oneida County Chair Andy LaDuha is confident in a victory this November, but so is Democratic Party of Wisconsin Chair Ben Wickler, who was in Minocqua area this weekend.
We're in the final stretch of this election, and there's a million ads on TV. You might be getting knocks on the door, mail in your mailbox, but take a step back. Think about whether you think the retirement age should be raised.
Democrats often warn that Republicans want to cut entitlement programs, but LaDuha said that's not the case.
We don't want to raise it, but we want to keep the Social Security system solvent.
LaDuha warns if changes aren't made, in 20 to 30 years there will be no Social Security. But Wickler said Harris wants to help the people that need, seniors and working families, not those at the top.
Think about whether you think there should be tax cuts for billionaires, which Donald Trump has promised.
The Democrat talking point about tax cuts for billionaires is, excuse my language, baloney. The Trump tax cuts that he introduced when he was between 2016 and 2020, the majority of that benefit went to middle-class families, working families.
Trump's tax cuts meant most Americans had more take-home pay. Harris has proposed keeping Trump's tax cuts on those making less than $400,000 while raising taxes on the wealthiest Americans.
I think America has to take a good hard look at itself. They've talked about this as being a defining moment in the country, and it is. The country is torn apart. A lot of reasons on both sides for that. But I would say to the voter out there, again, look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I better off today than I was 4 years ago? And that should guide you into the voting booth.
So when you think about the impact of your vote in the state legislature, for public schools, in the presidential and House and Senate races, remember your family's needs. Think about what it would do to your budget if you got less money coming in and had to pay more out because Donald Trump had sold the store to special interests, and then decide how to vote accordingly.
Reporting from Rylander, Shauna Johnson, Newswatch 12.